Hello, hello.
Hello.
We live?
Yes, we're live. Just
Oh,
went
very good.
live, and good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the second edition of ACES 22 here in the studio for you, 81 Banana, and the legendary Alpha Whiskey.
Oh, thank you.
Alpha,
Hello,
how's it?
everybody. It's pretty exciting, to be honest. It's like, the first time I'm kind of being streamed live. So yeah, it is pretty exciting. And I'm also doing the Airbus here, so which
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess it was a good decision to do the Airbus for this one, since um there was no other way for me to get myself so I can see everything live, so I can co-commentate with you. The only way I had was to to volunteer to Airbus this mission.
Through. Well, for the ones who are new to DCS and don't know what we're doing at the moment, we're streaming Digital Combat Simulator, shortly DCS, which is a milsim. Here we are with another match of ACES 22 second between the Red Star and PTF 18 sharpshooters. We're gonna have air to air. We're gonna have air to ground. So multiple tasks to fulfill. So it's something for everybody in it. Stay tuned. If you know DCS, you're pretty familiar with the how it goes. If not, just grab a cup of coffee. We're gonna start in a couple of minutes. You're watching the view to the Mozdok airfield. We are waiting for the teams to line up and join the server, and then we use the time to introduce the competition. And I would like, because Alpha Whiskey is the Airbus, who is actually the supervisor of this match. He knows a lot of stuff better than me. They were also participating in the tournament in the past, so he is a fully expert, and he can give you a glimpse of what you're going to expect today. So, Alpha, microphone is yours.
Thank you. So this first round is actually ATO5. It's gonna be quite complicated. So I'm gonna start with the ACES tournament, since we're probably gonna have a bit of time before both teams line up. So ACES tournament is basically including of 5 ATOs, which is 5 different missions. ATO stands for air tasking orders, and in each one of those ATOs, there is a red side and there is a blue side. And basically, generally, the blue side is the attacker side, and the red side is the defender side. So at this point, this season, we have 2 groups containing of 6 teams, and these 6 teams, they're supposed to fly 5 ATOs in the group stage, and they have to choose a unique opponent for each ATO they want to fly. So let's say, for example, it is Team 1, Team 2, Team 3, and Team 4, and Team 5, and also Team 6 in the tournament. So the thing is, Team 1 can only fly ATO 1 with only one team, and he cannot do ATO 2 with the same team that they've flown ATO 1 against.
Okay, so you have a couple of tasks to fulfill, and tasks are divided in, let's say, kind of missions, and you have a couple of missions. You can fly each mission only one time, so you choose against what team you want to fly what mission, in simple words. Correct? I think we lost Alpha Whiskey. No worries. So, yeah. So let me.
Sorry, I'm here.
You're here. Okay. So,
There you go.
am I correct with you have a couple of, let's say, missions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, and you have 5 opponents, and you pick one mission to fly with one opponent, but you cannot choose the same mission or select the same mission when you fly the second opponent. You need to take another mission, let's say, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you fly one
You
mission
actually need
per,
to.
yeah.
Yeah, you actually
Go
need
ahead.
to take another to take a different opponent. For example, like today, Red Star guys have chosen to fly their AT-05 against against sharpshooters.
Yeah.
So they can't fly their AT-02 against sharpshooters again. They need to choose a different team for their next ATO.
Understand.
I'm gonna have
Okay.
to restart the server because
Yeah,
of
sure.
a
Sure.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
skin issue problem. Sorry, skin selection problem.
Or
Very good.
oh, they probably
Yeah,
started
I
a
need to
server.
do that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
They started a
I
server
had
to
to.
have a clean. Okay. Okay. Understand.
It actually didn't let me to that's kind of an option. I need
Mhm.
to restart the server itself, so it can work. So yeah, this AT-05 is actually one of the complicated ones in all of the ATOs. Both blue and red, they have actually air-to-ground objectives, unlike any other ATOs. One of the things we actually kind of missed is that during all of these ATOs, it's only blue teams scoring points. So imagine if I've chosen another team A to fly my ATO2 against, then we show up and it is only us, scoring points as blue, and the team A is only there supposed to prevent us from scoring more points, just keeping us from scoring more points.
Okay. So the blue ones are the aggressors, not the red ones.
Yeah, it's
And then the
quite
red ones should
reversed.
let's say make sure that the blues don't reach their targets.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But this one is, I mean, I wish we didn't have to start with this one because it's quite complicated since both
Yeah.
red and blue, they have air-to-ground objectives. But yeah, in this mission, blue has the objectives of first of all taking out those three
Mhm.
air-to-ground objectives they had, and second, um, defend their own air-to-ground objectives from red, and also taking out all of the red aircrafts.
Get it.
And it is quite a challenging one since
Yeah.
they both sides they have the same set of weapons.
Okay.
They're 100% similar.
Okay. Server is up again. We try to jump in. So how many aircrafts are on each side?
I believe it is 6.
Okay, 6. So we have how many air to grounds and how many air to airs?
Okay, very good question. So in ATO5 it is 4 air-to-air aircrafts and 2 air-to-ground aircraft. 2 air-to-ground aircrafts and 4 air-to-air aircrafts. And the air-to-ground aircrafts, they cannot carry anything more than just 2 MK-84 or FOB 250s. While the air-to-air aircrafts in this ATO, 2 of them are only allowed to carry, I believe, 2 or 4 heat-seeking missiles, and the other 2 can actually carry 2 active radar homing missiles plus 2 other heat-seeking missiles.
Okay.
Cannot find the server yet.
That server is up. We're in. Just a refresh, and then you're gonna be in for sure.
Okay, wait. It's kind of funny. I restarted the server myself, now I cannot connect it. Let's see if it works.
Okay. So what we can see here is the Red Star Squadron. For whatever reason, I cannot see one of those skins. I am sure that I have downloaded the skin so I can see on the 5 other aircrafts. So probably this friend hasn't picked the squadron skin. So you can see here, pretty scary, the black. I like it. So Red Star using flankers We have 3 flankers here, 2 MiG-29s, and I think, yeah, I can see a Tomcat coming up from behind. So pretty interesting lineup, I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
So you're the boss. You need to check that everything is well, and the weapon selection is correct. So you probably need to jump off for a couple of minutes and come back. Is that correct?
I can do it here.
Okay. Talk to you later. So let's see what is going on the other side, PTF. Oh, didn't work again. Pick up one of those airplanes and then here we go. Okay. Good. So far we have one F-16, 2 F-18s, 1 Tomcat, and the rest are coming up. Well, both teams are, I would say, pretty new to DCS. We have from one side PTF, which is a multinational DCS squadron. PTF has several squadrons which offer all type of DCS gameplay, and they have mainly 2 squadrons, the number 18 sharpshooters and Squadron 29, which are aggressors lined on the Pakistani Air Force squadrons, where the management of PTF is coming from. They started flying competitive in 2020, I believe it was, in other competition, and today they're gonna face sharpshooters. The sharpshooters are also quite new. I think these guys have just started out by a bunch of people hiding from COVID in 2021, and in July 2021 they just set Discord server, start having a few other like-minded pilots join in, and in the early 2022 Red Star met the F-18 and Harry guys from VMFA, and then joined forces as jumping to assist VMFA in their other competition, and also in the ACES 22-1. So they had a couple of wins and losses, but they ended up somewhere, I think 3rd or 4th in the ACES 22-1, which is the first tournament of this year. And they're standing also in the winner bracket of other tournaments at the moment. So they're good. Both teams are good. They're quite friendly, and we're going to see a very nice match, I think, today between those teams. So let me just reduce the desktop audio.
So our guys are actually lined up at this point.
Okay.
Sharpshooters, 4 of them taxing right onto the runway, most of them.
Nice.
The other 2 are probably yet to connect.
Beautiful. Okay. So we see PTF is taxiing on the ramp. So far, we see one F-16 starting up. The other F-16 is leading the taxi line, followed by 2 F-18s, and 1 Tomcat is also getting ready. So let's move to the other side, see what the other team is doing. So let's pick up. Okay. So we see Red Star is already lined up. So as I said, we have one Tomcat, 3 flankers in total, and 2 MiG-29. So I'm pretty much excited to see how these guys are doing today. Sorry, you're so far away, Alpha. Okay, you're back. No worry. Yeah. Let me change the audio a little bit. Well, I would say it's gonna be maybe a Jeff. Could be. We're not sure. We can move over to see what's gonna be. So a little bit about the map before we do that. So you see here, I can change out to this satellite mode so you see a little bit better, maybe a little bit better. So we are flying Sukhumi and Mozdok. So here we have Mozdok. PDF is lining up in Mozdok, and the Red Star is lining up in Sukhumi. They have here about 103 or 104 nautical mile distance till bullseye. So the bullseye is in the middle of these 2 air bases. So they need to fly to bullseye, and then you see here the targets. I can show you here. So you see these targets hiding somewhere behind the terrain, and every single team needs to make sure that they hit these targets, and the other team need to for sure hit also their targets from the opponent, but also keep the other team from doing this task. So it's going to be quite interesting. We have here high mountains. The terrain is very high, but the most of the combat's gonna happen somewhere around the bullseye. So we have a little bit of high mountains on the south, and a little bit of flat terrain on the northern side. So let's see how teams decide to fly and approach the combat zone. So PTF, they're lining up. Let's have a check. Here, Tomcat. Still the 6th is missing. Okay, let's wait. Probably a little bit of connection issue. It can always happen. So how is the score system, if you have a little bit of time to explain us to people in the live? Yeah, you're a bit okay. So it is kind of there is some as I know, because we also fly in the same tournament, so I'm also a little bit prepared for that. Our match is going to be next week, but I know a little bit of the rules and regulations. So every single task has some score. So if you hit the target ground, you get the score. Something else which is also a nice score that you can take with you is a formation takeoff, for example. When you make to just take off at least with 2 fighters within 2 seconds, so when the landing gear gonna disconnect from the airbase, you should stay in the 2-second interval. If 2 fighters make to do that within 2 seconds, they consider having a formation takeoff, which they have also then scores can take away. So they can collect scores by doing specific tasks. So formation takeoff, and then hitting those ground targets. And then I don't know how it is with the ATO5. We need an expert to explain us. But when you just kill a bandit, you're going to get point for that. When you kill your friendly fire, for example, if you shoot down one of your own team members, then you get reduced by points. So these are the major scores that you can take away. And then at the end, you just sum up them. And then at the end of the, let's say, group stage, we want to see that which team has the most scores, and then with regards to the scores, we have a ranking list, and the team with the highest scores from all the matches going to be the first place, and followed by the other teams. We're still waiting in Mozdok for 6th fighter to join the lineup. When you're familiar with the Caucasus map, you're in the Caucasus, and when you're familiar with that, you see that Mozdok is placed in a flat area. So it's going to be good weather today. Sky is clear. With a little bit of cloud, but it's not something that be a trouble. So you have a good sight when you do air to ground to see the targets. The thing is that you are allowed to carry 2 Mark 82 bombs with you. So no laser guided, so you need to have a clear view to the targets to be able to just hit them precisely. And you have only, because you have 2 fighters, as let's say two attackers, to ground attackers, each 2 bombs. So you have 4 drops, and you need to hit 2 targets by 4 bombs. So let's see how the team's doing. In meanwhile, we can check the armaments. So we see here the Tomcat has 2 external tanks, 4 AIM-9 mics. With the F-18, we have 6 M9s. Interesting. I thought it is limited by 4. Need to check on that. Let me check quickly because I'm not sure with it. So ATO5. So we are limited to 2 BVR and 2 IR missiles. So I think there is an issue. I'm not sure, but I think there is an issue with the loadout here. So here the Tomcat should probably be able to just take 2 Phoenixes and 2 Sidewinders. So we need to wait and see what the Airbus says and if they're good with the armaments that they have taken. For the air-to-ground ones, we see here 2 Mark 82 with the Hornets. Here we have also the F-16. One of them is with 6 Fox trees. So I don't think it is also correct, but we will see soon what the Airbus says. Moving to the other side, and I need to say that PTF is the organizer and also the inventor of this tournament, so they're pretty much yeah, familiar with the rules, so I expect that everything is fine on their side. And here we have Red Star. Okay, Red Star starts from Sukumi, very close to the coast of Black Sea. Also nice area. You see the sea in the background, but it's a mountain terrain here. Ah, there we see the Tomcat has just probably disconnected, need to come back, and we see another MiG-29 here. Okay, the MiG-29 has also probably disconnected, or they changed the pilot, I'm not sure. So we have again two MiG-29s and 3 flankers and the Tomcat. So okay, good. So nothing has changed on this side. Probably disconnect or change of pilots. So we can get back to the map and see who is flying today for the Red Star. So we have Squid in MiG-29. We have Plasma 1945. I say only Plasma for ease of pronunciation. In Sukhoi 27 flanker, we have Zafot. Hopefully I just pronounced correctly. Also in Sukhoi 27, we have Aaron in Sukhoi 33. And we have Null in MiG-29S again. And we don't need to forget the Tomcat, Senek. Hope I pronounced it correctly. So welcome back, Alpha. We were just, I was just a little bit wondering about the loadouts, to be honest. So can you brief us on what they are allowed to take and what they are not? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So when we're just divided by Fox 1, Fox 2, Fox 3, they're allowed to take 4 Fox 3s, or 6 Fox 3s and 2 Fox 2s, correct? Okay. It's good. It makes sense. So you have semi-actives and you have heat-seeking missiles with you. And for the bombs, you got Mark 82, if I'm not wrong. Okay, great. So I think Red Star is complete now. They had some kind of change or disconnect, so they needed to line up again. Let's see how it is on the PTF side. Okay. Okay. So we see also 1 flanker here, 2 F-18s and 2 F-16s. So the missed one was actually a flanker. So I was tipping on Jeff. I don't know why. Don't ask me. I thought maybe the 6th fighter is going to be a Jeff or JF-17, sorry. But they decided to take a flanker. Why flanker, actually? Yeah, in general, because Red Star has also 3 flankers. 1 Sukhoi 33 and 2 Sukhoi 27. What is the advantage here? Mm-hmm. Okay, so we do not have AVAX, I believe, today. Let me check. 8005. Yeah, no AVAX. So this is the reason. When you have no AVAX, you can hide from the radar, and you can fly low, and you can get very close. And those Russians has got this IRST. They can fire on you without you being noticed, and don't even get any warning. So they are very, very dangerous in this scenario. Okay, we're waiting for the wake. Turbulence. We see the lights going on. Okay. Enjoy the sound. First 4 on the air. Followed by the last 2, Tomcat and the flanker. Here we see flanker following up. Okay, for some reason, Tomcat didn't got a nose up as soon as she took off. For whatever reason, probably busy in the cockpit, setting the instrument. The optimal speed for a climb when you want to save fuel is about 300 knots for Tomcat. So you need to make sure if you're climbing, you're not going over 300 knots, so you have the best fuel and performance ratio here. You get very high very soon, and then you can save fuel, because in the high altitude the fuel consumption is lower. So these are trying to get some altitude. Let's take a look at the map. See better here. So we have, yeah, exactly. So Gori is just separating from the rest of the flight and heading to Mineral Vodny, to the north of the map and the battle zone, and Red Star are keeping close together. I don't recognize a clear tactical formation here, but they're following the reference line to the center of the combat zone. Probably Gori is using the lack of AVAX here, trying to just separate from the rest of the flight, so he can do something surprisingly, right? It is very difficult when you fly close formation, like here. Okay, it's not very close, but when you get really close to each other, the other side cannot recognize how many flights are, fighters in this flight, so they cannot count you very clearly. So then the other one can just lose from the flight and do something, yeah, dangerous, right? I don't know what you guys prefer, if this alternative map or satellite map is better. I think satellite map is better when we will zoom in later on. Here we have a little bit of snow in the area, so the map is white. You maybe not be able to recognize the labels very well, but I think soon when these fighters getting closer to the bullseye, you can see even more of the tags. So here, MiG-29, Squid, or Squid ID, I don't know. He is... What? Mm-hmm. Mm. Okay. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. So the air-to-ground ones are also allowed to take air-to-air missiles, right? In this ATO. I'm just a little confused by the loadout of the MiG-29, which is Squid take. He has bombs and he has also air-to-air missiles. So is it the combination? Yeah. Okay, this is a little bit different from the other ATOs. So in the other ATOs, the air-to-air, let's say cover airplanes or cover fighters, they are equipped only with air-to-airs, and the bombers are equipped only with... So it is, this one is a mix. So apologize for the confusion. So let's see how these guys are doing. So the first air-to-ground missioner is losing altitude, trying to fix visually on the target. So we see the red smoke down there. The red smoke marks the area where the targets are, the ground targets are. And at any time, he makes sure that he is in the right speed for dropping bombs in the right angle, descending. And you see the targets there, and bombs goes off. Let's see how it works. Okay, he missed the target, very close to the target, but it was a miss. Okay, he has another bomb to go with. Let's see. Exactly. Okay. And we see here Falcon from PTF saw Squid as coming and wanted to hinder him from doing his job, so fired a Fox 3 missile, which is following him. Let's see if it hits or not. Missile has no energy anymore. It has no missile energy anymore. It was very close. I think that the good thing that Squid does is that took off and went up. If he were down there, the missile will probably use the gravity and then hit him. By changing the direction and flying against the gravity, it didn't have any juice to hit, reach out and touch it. Okay, I just missed here something between Null and Falcon up there in the north. Yep. So it didn't work here. So let's go for Falcon, see how it's working for him. So Falcon has still the 120 goes off. He's on plasma and he goes back. The missile is active. For the ones who are not familiar with that, AMRAAM goes active in about 10 nautical miles, so you can turn back and go into the defensive. This AMRAAM is doing nothing. Plasma is speeding away. This missile has no juice. But here, Falcon is a very bad situation. Safad is following him. For whatever reason, he decided not to do so. Because probably he was afraid that he'd get one of these guys on his 6, and he was so far away in the enemy area. So coming back. Okay, here we have here the MiG-29 dropped the second bomb. I'm not sure if he has hit any of them. Let me check here. So the green ones are still there. So MiG-29 was not successful with the action. Here we have one. Oh, that was a kill. I'm not sure if it was a friendly fire from Magnet or it was Safat who took off the red aircraft. Here, Senek is coming to cover Safat because Magnet is very, very dangerous here. Let's follow this missile, see if it hits. It hit. Okay. Good. Here we have probably Magnet is not seeing Senek and continue chasing Squad. Here's a missile goes off. And it hits. Okay, we have a Tomcat on Gen 11 here. So let's see how many still there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 blue and only 1 red. So this is the last red fighter. AIM-9 goes off in the merge. Too late. The missile didn't have the chance to just turn away to the target. So they're gonna turn into each other in one circle. No one circle. They lost each other probably. So the Tomcat was the second let's say second airplane who had the air to ground task. So he has still the 2 Mark 82s under the belly. We had a kill on the other side. Okay, so now the Tomcat has all the time to finish his job. So there is no other threat around from the red side. So Red Star is down. The PDF is down. So Red Star has all the time to do the job and finish the job. So here, let's see what Tomcat is going to do. It is quite hard to drop CCIP with Tomcat, I believe. I've tried it. It's much easier with the F-16. And then you need to also know that these targets are also defending themselves. they're shooting at you. Yeah. You need to be careful that you don't get shot by them. Go to the map. Yeah. He hit one of those targets, going in a round, coming back to hit the second one. Yep. But solid work. Solid work. I mean, it's so hard with Tomcat because you need to be at 400 nautical mile, knot speed, and then you need to also be very level. Yeah. Ah. But he can also go with the guns, right?
No, they can't.
Ah, they're not allowed to gun the target. So what is Tomcat doing now? He needs to go back to the base, right? Because he's circling around the target. I'm wondering why he's circling around the target when he has no bombs anymore. And here's also plasma. He has also no bombs. He tried to hit the target with the missile. And he get hit but the blast of the bomb. He was so close to the ground that the blast of the bomb damaged his aircraft. He probably lost one engine by that accident. So actually it is not allowed. They would get no point for it. What they did now is just consuming fuel, because they need that fuel to get back to the base. If you are low on fuel, they should go a little bit higher, not burn, and then make sure that they get back to the base. But hitting that with air-to-air missile is hard, and it's also no point, and even with the gun. So they get half of the points, right, for the air-to-ground task, because they hit one of those targets, correct? Yeah, I said they just got half of the points, which are how many?
For the air guns, yeah, they've got half of the points, which is
10. Okay. Mm-hmm.
yeah, it is 20 and they also took out all 6 aircraft red, which is 60 points for them, but they also
Okay.
so far they also lost 2, which is minus 5 for each.
Mm-hmm. So 10 points. 10 points for the destruction of one of the targets. It could be 20 if they have hit both of them, but they take only half of the points, and they have also killed the other 6 bandits. Okay. Okay, so 10 points per kill, 60, and PTF has had both of the targets, I believe, and they have also made to just kill one of the bandits, so they have also 20 plus 10, 30 points from this round, plus the formation takeoffs, right?
It is something that I need to conclude in the after vision of the AMR. I cannot really tell that fairly easily at this point. I need to sit down, check it out, and see if that
Mhm.
has actually happened.
Yep.
And we also need to really see if it's going to be all 4 of them making it to the airbase.
Yep. So it's also extra point for landing.
No, the extra point for landing is just one of them making it to the airbase, which is only 5.
Okay, minimum 1 aircraft. Okay. Okay.
But
Okay.
if one, for example, if Osborne goes down, it's going to be another minus 5.
Oh, because it is a friendly loss then. When you land, when you crash while landing, so it counts as a friendly loss. Okay. 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 So if one of those guys make to land, then the 5 points for landing at home base is fulfilled. Okay. Ah. Oh. Oh, I thought hitting the ground while you're engaged or in the combat is a penalty point. But if you hit the ground also while landing, okay, nice. Okay, so they need to make sure that they can land here. You see, they go a little bit higher to just save fuel. We saw that the MiG-20 mine has just dropped all the missiles, jettisoned them to get even lighter. To save less fuel, and at the appropriate elevation, not burning, chilling back to the airbase, and they have, let me tell you, the first or the closest one to the airbase is 62 nautical miles away, so it's gonna, let's say, take a while till they get there, so enjoy the scenery. Mine or yours? Ah, okay. No, I can hear you well. I hope the okay. Hopefully people also can hear you well. Can write in the chat. Oh, they cannot read the chat. Why? It's not good. Let me check. So it's better now.
I don't know. Check. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, it's bad. Can you hear us, guys?
I'm afraid it's gonna be a really long run because plasma after getting hit by that artillery.
Sorry for that. Sorry for that. So
Is it
probably the sound issue is solved. That was on my side. Apologize. I was so busy in chatting with you that I forgot to just check on the chat. Sorry. So for now, so we didn't manage to use the TACView telemetry during the match. For whatever reason, the data that I received was not working, so I couldn't show you the TACView. For those of you who are not familiar with TACView, it's a software that you can connect to DCS, and you can see what is happening during the battlefield, during the fight. In a live manner. You see more than what you see on the map in the DCS. You see different information. You can have these 3D view of the battlefield, which you don't have in DCS map. Unfortunately, it didn't work. we try to just catch up and get the TAC view recordings and maybe show you at the end of the match today. So when we're talking about TAC view, as you see in top right corner of the screen, TAC view is the sponsor of ACES tournament, so we need to give them a shout out here. And also Fox Tree Managed Services. They provide managed services to the DCS community, just like virtual servers. If you want to serve your own server and you don't want to do it on your own machine, you can turn to these guys and get some solution there. Good.
So Zenek is, I believe, the closest one to the Sochi, and it's actually I'm kind of afraid if it's gonna be a long one, because Plus is still like 26 miles behind the last of the kind of two shape we have close to the Sochi. So we also need to wait and see how is it gonna go for him, because if he doesn't make it, then it's gonna be a -5 or even a -10 for him. I mean, I'm not sure about the -10, but -5 is for sure if he doesn't make it. But yeah, we might still wait and see how it's gonna go, because he also doesn't have one engine, and yeah, it's gonna be a long ride way back home. But they did a pretty good job, to be honest. The RS guys showed up way better than I personally expected. They took out all 6 red aircrafts. They also took out one of the air-to-ground objectives, and they also successfully protected their own air-to-ground objectives from the sharpshooters. So yeah, it is a.
I just saw that I was wrong with. Yeah, I was wrong with the air-to-ground targets for the red side. So the blue air-to-ground, ground targets are still there. So we hadn't any hit by the red side, and the blue side made to just hit one of those targets.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
so
I wouldn't have done what.
You probably have also more consumption when you fly on one engine, right? Than if you have 2 engines and running higher RPM, right?
Yeah, you can kind of look at it that way, but he's also on the afterburner pretty much like all the way, so it's still gonna be non-conservative, pretty much high fuel consumption for him.
Look at the beautiful Tomcat.
Yeah, so subtle.
Gears down. Descending for the landing. Let's enjoy that. You know, I have a fable for Tomcat. Okay, flaps are down.
I kind of have a feeling Plasma is probably going to make it back, because he is somehow confidently after on the lift, and he's just. I mean, if you're probably like, you know, if you're like you know, running out of fuel, you start acting more you know, conservative. But he's been on the burner for a pretty short period of time. It's gonna be Zenek who's the first one to land.
Fitting music. This is the Phoenix Rising from the Meteor album, which is come together with Tomcat release, so we are allowed to use it. Okay, smooth landing from Tomcat, easy. No big armaments, no fuels. Fuel was consumed, so it's not that heavy. Let's go for the next one. Okay,
Yeah, we actually
29 is coming.
I'm afraid Plasma just had a disconnect.
Oh, or maybe it ran out of
Yeah.
fuel. Okay, null is
No,
coming
it's-
for landing. Is pretty much low. Probably, yeah. Nose goes up to compensate. I see the runway is not clear yet, but it shouldn't be a problem. Nice. Solid. Great job.
Very good, yeah.
Okay. The flanker is kind of
Yeah,
blocking,
he's-
but
He's person.
it's no problem. I don't think it's a problem at all. Yeah, Plasma is not moving anymore. Probably disconnected.
Yeah, probably, but it's gonna be.
Yeah, should be
That's
disconnected.
gonna be quite complicated since I mean it was quite a question if he's gonna make it back to the airbase since
Yeah,
he had lost one engine. Now that he's actually disconnected, it's really hard to tell if you're gonna consider that like as a minus 5 or not. So yeah, that is a question. I need to look for the
yeah.
for the
Okay.
answer to.
So for now, we're gonna send you to a short break. Stay tuned. There is a next round coming up. We are going to fly ATO1, correct?
Yeah, it is gonna be ATO1. Which is
ATO1, different
A4.
task. We will explain you what the task is in the ATO1, and then the side's gonna change. Red Star will go to Mozdok, and PTF will start from. Sorry, this is totally different. It's a nonsense what I'm telling you. The ATO1, there are different airfields. We have Caucasus again, we have Anapa, and we have Mycop. It's going to be daytime, it's going to be fine weather, it's going to be fuel clause, but it's also no AWACS here. So stay tuned. We're going to have a 6 fighters against 4 fighters. So it's going to be very, very interesting. The teams are changing the colors, blue and red, and we're gonna come back after a short break. So stay with us, don't go anywhere, grab a cup of coffee and come back.